Every day our purchasing power decreases as the central banks continue their intentional program of wealth destruction. There is no denying this policy is designed to erode the value of our currencies, that it is a global phenomenon, and that it will be used for the foreseeable future. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Let's look at the death cross that occurred just recently, beginning with this chart, showing you the blue line here, total credit market debt, and the red line being the purchasing power of the US dollar. That's the CPI. In 1913, it's at 100, and today it's at basically nothing. And you can see that over time, the dollars are worth less and less and less. And that number will continue to get worse. Why? How do I know that? Well, just look at that blue line. As more money is printed into the system, it dilutes the current supply. You can't make more of something by diluting it. It doesn't add any more. It's literally it's dilution. It doesn't work. This policy has failed. I don't need to tell you that. I don't need to preach to you on that. But this chart, to me, says it all. And that's exactly where you have this, divergence that has occurred, where the money is worthless now. Yes, you can go to the store, you can buy stuff with it, but it's a ticking time bomb. Are you going to be there, left with these paper dollars? Now, I'm not talking about the US dollar. I'm talking about paper dollars. Do you want to be left holding that piece of garbage when everything collapses? Or do you want to have an asset? Do you want to have something that provides you with maybe income or protection in some sort of way? I'm just thinking right now, solar panels, for example. You can have your cash in stocks, or you can have them into a retirement account or anything else. But you can take that instead and provide yourself with power to your home. Isn't that more secure? Isn't that more safe? I certainly do think so. Look at this. When you have Kashkari, who was very prominent during the whole bailout situation, now he's the Minneapolis Federal Reserve president. So he's a big individual. What he says, we need to take it with a grain of salt, obviously, but we need to, understand it. Politics simply does not come up. We look at the economic data, and everyone around the table is committed to achieving our dual mandate of employment and inflation. Does anyone actually believe this? Is this actually a true statement? Am I hearing nothing but BS? Yeah, I'll take number 3. This is garbage. This is what people believe, though. And that, to me, pretty sad. Look at the Fed. Not all of them say the same thing, but you know what the goals are. Employment and inflation, right? Yeah, that's right. Keeping employment high, or unemployment high, excuse me, and inflation, hiding it in every way possible. Those are their 2 mandates, and this has been successful thus far. Switching gears into this. Now, this individual rents for $450 a month US for 40 square feet. If you read the article here, on the left side, you could see just beside his feet there, he has to crawl up in a ladder to get to that point. He's literally in a crawl space. It's 40 square feet. There's just basically enough for his bed and a little shelving there. And this is what we have now, where the real estate has become so expensive in some areas that individuals have nothing but a crawl space to live in. To me, this shows the unbelievable bubbles that have been created. This happens to be, that microcosm, that's this one little part of the bigger bubble that's been created. But it's ridiculous. This isn't even, I don't even think this is legal, but here we are showing you that. This here is pretty amazing. Part of the Colin Powell leaked emails that came out. Read this. This is from his Gmail account. Back in 2015, he sends an email to Jeffrey Leeds. Negotiators can't get what he wants anyways. Iranians can't use one if they finally make one. The boys in Tehran know Israel has 200, all targeted at Tehran, and we have thousands. Ask Ahmadinejad, what would we do with one? Polish it. I've spoken publicly about NK and Iran. We'll blow up the only thing they care about, regime survival. Where? How would they even test one? Very interesting on so many levels. And there's a lot of talk about, does Israel have nukes? Do they not have nukes? I mean, their military is equal to the U.S. military in many ways. And obviously know where the funding is coming from on that. So why wouldn't they have nukes? Doesn't make any sense. But of course, you're not allowed to talk about that. And surely I won't be able to mention this in the description of this video, or else that would be taken down right away. I just quickly wanted to mention here that what has happened in Venezuela, inflation predicted to go above 700%. They're in crisis mode, and now they're reaching out to different countries around the world who are not allied. That's what they're calling it. Whether it is Cuba and other areas, Latin America, going with Iran here. And you're looking at this 120 nation group gathering for 2 days. And what they're trying to do is gather together and trying to form an alliance for those who are not allied with the West, or perhaps find themselves on the borderline. I see factions forming. I see tensions rising. And this doesn't look good for the future. And, there are definitely some concerns geopolitically at this time. If you found this video informative, please give me a thumbs up. If you found the video informative, I know you'll find my book, The Money GPS, even more informative. Head over to Amazon. Look through the book. They have a look inside feature. It's going to allow you to flip through the pages of the book and see if you like it. Take care. Battle that may become life and death. If I'm the only one in this frontline infantry, if I'm the only one who will do it, then I'll do it. Will you stand with me?